This is Cast of Wonders, a young adult fiction podcast featuring stories of the fantastic. Welcome, episode 663. I'm Alicia Caparasso, assistant editor at Cast of Wonders. Our story for today is The Pequod 2 by Liam Hogan, a Cast of Wonders original. Liam Hogan is an award-winning short story writer with stories in Best of British Science Fiction and in Best of British Fantasy, Newcon Press. He volunteers at creative writing charities Ministry of Stories and Spark Youth Writers. Host of the live literary events Liars League London for 12 years, he's now escaped to Shropshire, but remains a liar. This story is narrated by Jonathan Dance. Jonathan Dance is a writer in the Blue Ridge of Virginia. He lives with his wife, child, and cat, all of whom are artists in their own right. He attended Viable Paradise, narrates for various science fiction, fantasy, and horror podcasts, and co-hosted the now dormant Creative Double Shot podcast along with his wife, Ginger Dance. He likes reading, riding bikes, drinking beer, and messing with old typewriters. And now, we've a tale to tell.
The Pequod 2 by Liam Hogan. Narrated by Jonathan Dance. The catamaran skims over the waters of Altair 3. A shimmering shoal of native fish race to keep us company, breaching as arrow-headed darts. Though the day is perfect for sailing, it is tinged with sadness. This is the last voyage of the Pequod. Even with nothing but the horizon to see, voices chirp in my ear, rightfully worried I might dawdle. One of those voices, adding solemn instruction, is alien, Vantarian. Bailiffs come to oversee our eviction. My jaunt wouldn't be permitted at all if it wasn't serving another purpose. Even then, I'm lucky to have drawn this bittersweet duty. There was no shortage of volunteers. My solo mission is a far cry from the races we used to hold, our 3 catamarans, Pequod, Beagle, and the Flying Cloud, chasing each other across the wide, shallow ocean. We approach a sensor buoy, the last. I tack, reef the sails, and glide to a stop, using a pole to hook the floating pontoon. Working quickly, the boat restless at rest, I unload the filtration cartridge and the data store. The solar-powered buoys communicate basic telemetry, but bandwidth limits mean they need to be visited every 6 weeks. It's only been 3 weeks this time around. Instead of exploring the oceans, we should have been watching the skies, as the gas giant Altair 4 loomed even larger. Data stowed, I ease out the sails and let the wind snap them tight. Behind us, the buoy, pontoon unstoppered, glugs as it sinks out of view. The Vantarians aren't particularly happy with our littering. We're doing the best we can, but there's a limit to what we can boost back into orbit. They're helping us with the fuel we'll need for our interstellar journey, and have even suggested a few destinations, though they're tight-lipped about what we'll find there. It's lucky we can leave at all. We were that close to declaring the mission a success and beginning colonization, dismantling the James Cook to form a floating rather than submerged city. I wonder what the Vantarians would have done with us then. We hadn't known when we discovered this watery world that it was already taken, not by the Vantarians, here merely as observers. That there was life was miraculous enough, that it could sustain humans, more miraculous still, and the squid-like fish, the most evolved life form, were just that, fish. They even tasted like fish. Convergent evolution, apparently, similar oils and amino acids. Then the Vantarians came and put us straight. The Altair system was off limits, home to a truly remarkable species. On Altair 3, we asked, surprised not to have discovered them for ourselves. And Altair 4, the aliens told us. The Altairans migrate. They spend centuries in the upper atmosphere of the gas giant. Then, every 300 years, when the planets are in conjunction, they impossibly soar between them on vast solar wings, thinner even than my nanofabric sails. Wings that are burnt off as they enter the Altair 3 atmosphere, plummeting into the seas, a one-way final journey, adults returning to spawn where they were born, like salmon heading upriver, and we humans are in the way. I could see the James Cook now, the metal and glass dome where we grow our earth crops, all that sticks out above the water, being readied for liftoff. I can't be the only one who feels like we're holding our breath. That membership of this newly stumbled upon galactic fraternity might depend on us not having messed up the very first planet we visited. We don't know, can't know, exactly what impact we've had, the fish we've taken, the microbes and other unintentional invasive Earth species we might have released. The planet has proven benign to us. Have we proved as benign to it? The Vantarians tell us the interplanetary migration is one of the wonders of the galaxy, one of a kind and dependent upon an ecological razor's edge. The boom in sea life that feasts upon spent adult forms, in turn fueling the rapid growth of Alteran young, in time to make the reverse journey before the planets grow too far apart. Many don't make it, contributing to the meteor showers we have so marveled at. The whole unlikely exodus is legendary, sacred, protected. So, we are forced to leave, to take with us as much as we can carry and send whatever we can't, our catamarans included, to the ocean depths, where hopefully they won't interfere too much. We've tried to be good custodians, not for the Alterans' sake, but for our own, lessons learnt from a polluted Earth. But, as the Vantarians point out, it might only take the slightest shift in the ecological balance for a failed spawn. And with a failed spawn, the Alteran race. And perhaps the whole complicated boom and bust food chain might go extinct. I furl the sails one final time and stuff them into my bag. They don't take much room. I quickly unscrew the nameplate from the hull, and then, heart in mouth, I scuttle the Pequod, staying on board until the very last moment, until water laps at my feet, before stepping onto the metal gantry and giving the sinking ship as big a push as I can. The mast tips, one float filling faster than the other. With the line secured, she slides silently into the water, joining her sisters. It's a shame we can't watch the Alterans arrive from this planet's surface, their vast wings shading the sun, their fiery descent, the frantic once-in-a-lifetime mating. We won't even be in orbit by then, because even that could disrupt their migration. We'll watch from afar and, getting further, a single microsatellite, all that is considered safe and prudent to leave behind. And then we'll depart the system, looking for a new home, one that isn't occupied, not even once every 300 years. Maybe it'll be another water planet. Maybe the nanosails will be unfurled on a new catamaran, the nameplate amended to the Pequod 3. Maybe.
We know more about the surface of the planets in our solar system than we do about the seafloor on our own planet Earth. As of June 2025, only about 27% of the seafloor has been mapped using modern technology, and only about 1/1000% has been explored by humans visually. I have a PhD in oceanography, and while I was earning my degree, and then early in my career, I spent a considerable amount of time out at sea on the open ocean conducting research, up to 7 weeks at a time. Now, thanks to modern internet and satellite technology, I primarily participate in, and occasionally even direct, portions of expeditions through telepresence technology from my computer at home. That so little has been explored means that every time we send down sensors, collecting plates, sampling systems, remotely operated vehicles, and other tools, we discover new seafloor features, new habitats, new animals, and new communities, sometimes acting in new and novel ways, and some that we didn't expect to exist where we found them, all in the three-dimensional space of the ocean. We do our best as scientists to cause the least amount of disturbance as possible to both not negatively impact our data and to also not cause detrimental impact to the environment. As I listened to our excellent story, Pequod 2, I couldn't help but think of the challenges we face as ocean scientists being compounded by going in blind, having no history of science on the planet, having no initial knowledge of the biology, ecology, chemistry, or geology of the local oceanic system. It's exhilarating, but also a little scary. Of course, we come into the story much later when the human colony is establishing the ocean habitat. Thank goodness for the Vantarians. It is unfortunately not uncommon in science to learn that one is not accounted for a major variable for lack of data, You don't know what you don't know. The humans could have succumbed to the sunk cost fallacy, told the Ventarians to kick rocks, and pushed ahead. They haven't encountered any Altarians after all, and I'm sure they have spent so much money, time, and energy on this project. But they don't, and I love that about the story. Decisions are based on pure science, evidence, and ethics. I find that very uplifting. Join us again soon. We love bringing you the best audio fiction week after week, but we can't do it without your support. As you may have noticed, starting October 1st, we introduced brief, tasteful advertisements at the beginning and end of our episodes. But here's the thing, this isn't just about ads. It's about ensuring we can continue bringing you the incredible stories you love, while fairly compensating our amazing authors, voice actors, artists, and editors who make the magic happen. We heard you loud and clear in our recent audience survey. 69% of you told us ads are a necessary evil, and another 30% said you don't mind them at all, especially when there's an ad-free option for supporters. Well, we listened. For our incredible subscribers and supporters, we're creating premium ad-free versions of every episode, plus bonus content you won't find anywhere else. If you haven't subscribed already, you can get all of our premium access content for just $7 per month. This decision comes from a place of love for our community and commitment to quality. Our expenses have grown as we've expanded to serve our global audience of millions, and we want to continue supporting the brilliant creators who bring these stories to life. The vast majority of you told us you'd support us through this transition, and that means the world to us. Whether you choose to enjoy our stories with ads or join our premium community, we're grateful you're part of this journey. You've been with us since 2005, through every evolution of Escape Artists, and we couldn't do what we do without your incredible support. Thank you for helping us bring free and accessible speculative audio fiction to listeners around the globe. You can join the discussion on the EA Discord and visit us on Blue Sky at castofwonders.org. Come say hello. Cast of Wonders is brought to you by editor Catherine Inskip, assistant editors Alicia Caparasso and Amy Brennan, associate editors Rebecca Ahn, Tanya Adelit, Kit Kalestone, Kappa Cobb, Adri Joy, Becca Miles, Ray O, Samuel Poots, Emma Smales, Denise Sudell, Eleanor Wall, Rin Yi, and Angela Zazueta. Our audio producers are Jeremy Carter and Andrew Jack. Cast of Wonders is part of the Escape Artists Foundation, a 501c3 nonprofit, and this episode is distributed under the Creative Commons Attribution, Non-Commercial, No Derivatives, 4.0 International License. That means you can download or listen to the episode on any device you like, but you can't change it or sell it. Our theme music is Appeal to Heavens by Alexia Nove, available from Promo DJ or his Facebook page. Thank you for listening.